Hello and welcome back to 5 Cent Microphone. My name is Cody Hahn, and with me I have Michael Goodman.
Hey.
And I also have Nick Ottinger.
Hey, what's going on? Do frogs have ears, guys? I just need to know this.
What? I'm not really too sure about frogs.
Yes.
I would imagine they have to. I mean, they got to run away from predators and know where they're at, right?
I mean, they do.
Maybe
but,
they're
yeah.
Does a frog have wings if it bumps his ass when it hops?
What?
Do frogs twerk? You know?
I've seen that video, and they do.
I like when they scream. Not in, like, the malicious way, but, like, like the screaming frogs. They're adorable, but they're probably just absolutely afraid.
No, that's actually just a common thing. It's in Hawaii. They're in Hawaii, I know that much. And they're fucking loud.
Oh, my gosh. I've never been to Hawaii, so I couldn't say.
Everything you keep telling me about Hawaii, Nick, makes me not want to be in Hawaii. Like
Same.
I would think
Visit.
that I'd want to be in Hawaii. Like, it seems like an awesome place, but you're telling me about crazy, huge purple centipedes and now frogs that won't leave you alone with their screaming,
Oh, yeah. They'll sound like a screaming child.
Yeah, I don't. Why do people like Hawaii?
Well, why do people like Australia? The entire island is built to kill you.
Oh fuck no! I do not like Australia. I do not want to be there. Mm-mm.
I know I would completely lose a fight against a kangaroo. That's for sure. I'd probably lose most fights in general. I just don't
They
work
have
out or
spiders
anything.
with health bars over their heads.
Well, what time is it in Hawaii right now?
It's 3:30 in the morning.
Well, speaking of daylight savings time, our first topic of the day is exactly that. What is it all about? What's going on with it? Michael, you've been doing a lot more digging than most of us into this topic, and I think you have some pretty interesting things to say.
I remember from that really awesome documentary, National Treasure. I did read about how Benjamin Franklin was the first person to propose daylight savings time. He came up with the idea because he actually woke up early one day and just realized that there was already light in the house. And back in his time, so this is 1784, right? Back then, a lot of people, to have light in their house when it was dark, had to use, what do you guys think? What did they use in the house?
Candles.
Yeah, of
Lanterns.
course. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But think about what it would cost to burn candles all the time when it's dark if you wanted to be awake. So the idea was proposed by Benjamin Franklin to economize on candles. And the thought was, why don't we just adjust the time of day and we can capitalize on it.
Whoa. So
shit,
just,
yeah.
wow, like just saving candle wax.
Yeah.
And probably earwax. It was 1784, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of earwax. They weren't doing anything about that.
Another suggestion of daylight saving times was also in 1895. There was the astronomer George Hudson who proposed changing clocks by 2 hours. So not even doing what we know today is the typical adjustment of daylight savings, but to adjust things by 2 hours for even greater savings. But that was never implemented.
It's just like, all right. He's like, I swear that's like the Price is Right answer. Where it's like, I think it's $2,000. Well, I think it's 2001.
Oh wow. What's weird is like daylight savings also like actually helped with World War I as well, conserving oil, and that was like another huge like advantage when it came to our war efforts, just conserving oil for all of our tanks and stuff.
You know, it was Germany who actually first implemented daylight savings time. America followed, but it was actually Germany that did it first, and it was the same reason for war efforts for savings on energy.
Well, let's just hope we don't follow in Germany's other steps after World War One.
Wait, I thought we did that already. Well, hey, Nick, I started also seeing some information when I was researching about the Sunshine Protection Act. I remember you mentioning that to me. Do you know more about that?
Yeah, that was kind of where I focused most of my research on, was like what are they doing? What is this that they're proposing on stopping it? It's never affected my life, whether waking up an hour earlier or an hour later. I still get up at really fucking early.
At really fucking early.
So basically, they're 2 years ago, or well, by the time it gets proposed, like it happens in 2023, it'll be 2 years ago. But in 2021, there has been a bill that has been stalled in Congress called the Sunshine Protection Act. And it's a bill that would make daylight savings time the new permanent time throughout the year. It would no longer be like, hey, forward, hey, backward. It's just daylight savings time is the time. That is the standard time throughout the U.S. And that's what you were talking about, how it's going to end up in March. That's when they're proposing it might finally either pass or not pass.
And it seems like it's going to pass, though. It seems like across the board, it's something that everyone is agreeing on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a good thing to like just kind of go back, and just do it normally, just straight. This no more going an hour forward or back, because for me it actually messes everything up for me. So,
Yeah, I agree.
They also did a poll in March 16th to the 20th, and actually revealed that 64% of Americans surveyed in the U.S. favored getting rid of the whole time change. Like it really sucks to like have to change your clock, and then because you didn't change your clock, you missed an appointment or you missed something that you had planned.
Do we really change our clocks much anymore, though? I mean, I don't know how, like, I can't speak for how everyone in the world operates, but I have a smartphone, and that's essentially become my alarm clock, and I don't adjust anything other than the gas range in my house. That's the only clock I adjust with daylight savings.
So I have in my house, I have the gas range, I have my microwave, and then my car, of course. I'll change because then I'll look at it and be like, oh, I have plenty of time. I left wicked early, because sometimes I won't look at my phone when I'm driving to work, and so I'll just see the clock on my car, and I'm like, oh, I left earlier than expected.
I just love where we are today with the world of like convenience and what
definitely.
we consider to be problematic. We're like, well, you're like, it really affects me. I got 3 things to adjust: a stove, a microwave, and a car. And I'm like, God, we've got it so rough.
Yeah, some first world problems.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, because there's like this. I was watching a news report on the whole daylight savings thing, and this one guy, he was just complaining so hard about it. He was like, every year I have to basically change all of these clocks times. Everybody brings me their antique clocks, and I'm just like, whoa, like antique clocks? Like I forgot those existed, except for in like Scooby-Doo movies.
What's gonna happen to those really old senile people?
Well,
They're gonna
maybe
still do
I
it.
think that they'll be less confused about the time, honestly.
I need to roll my clock back.
You know, I was listening to a news report about the health effects that it has. So there was a doctor talking about how it affects your body. They did a study on heart attack rates, and apparently the day after daylight savings time, there's a spike in heart attack data in every state except for Arizona and Hawaii.
Oh,
Whoa.
Isn't that interesting? So, because this doctor was talking about how much it affects your body, and how you're really supposed to be up. Like, you're supposed to be up during sunlight hours, and like that's the natural thing that your body wants to do. And you were saying that like you don't care what time you get up and all that stuff, but it could have a potential health implication.
definitely. Also, I can see it as like the opposite, where like we'll say back in when we didn't have cell phones that would automatically change things forward. If you didn't plan ahead and change your clock before you went to sleep, you were gonna wake up an hour late for work.
Yeah. Oh my god, you can't use that excuse anymore. Really.
Yeah, no.
Everything updates itself.
Oh man, if only we could do that. I wasn't really around for that,
my
but
God,
I
we're
could
older.
imagine.
Well, it's kind of funny though to be like, we have all these systems that automatically adjust for daylight savings now, and it was all a waste of time. But now we're gonna get rid of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
like everybody's farms that would, because that was like the biggest thing of also that would help is people who had farmland, and it
That's a
helped them
myth,
get
though.
up. Is it really?
Yeah.
So I
Holy
was looking that stuff up too, and was seeing that it was actually, people think that it was for the farmers, but the farmers don't care at all.
Yeah, the farmers are just like, I'll rise up fucking early. I don't give a shit. Like, I'll just do what I need to do at what time I need to do it. And that's a man. Rednecks are amazing. Farmers are amazing. That,
Yeah,
you know
facts.
that. Yeah, absolute facts, straight facts. Cody Hahn, 2022. Rednecks and farmers are great, and they need to keep doing what they're doing. I work in a kitchen, so I gotta have a job. I don't have a job without them farmers. So
I just coughed and farted at the same time. I love it when your body does things you can't control. Like you sneeze and fart at the same time.
I've sharded
Really?
myself at work before.
Oh, fun.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I had to call in my poor coworker on his day off to come and help me out for 30 minutes, so I could at least like drive home, take a shower, change clothes, come back. Oh man, it really sucked. The tone in his voice when he answered the phone, when I was like, dude, I shit myself and I need to go home right now. He was just like, fuck, like, oh man, I felt so bad. Like, I felt worse for bringing him in than like the shit, like, sticking to my pants and shit. I was like, nah. So that's a story for you listeners, very personal, but you know what, I'm an open book. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I did give a
You
shit,
don't
though.
really shit and tell.
It's in my favorite pair of pants.
Yeah, since we're on that random subject, so at NTC, so it's our training center. It's one of our training centers in the military, and for breakfast I had a chili with bean MRE, which is really good. Especially it comes with like cornbread and some fucking like cheese to kind of put into the chili. Tastes really good. But also for dinner that night we had chili with bean that was hot instead of cold how I eat it with the MRE. So I had two copious amounts of chili with bean in my body, and at about 4 a.m. I was startled awake because I had almost shit myself in my sleep.
Ooh.
And it's just me grabbing my wet wipes, running to an area that I can take a shit,
Wow.
and like doing the whole running and clenching. It's not. I didn't even tie my boots or tighten my belt. Like I just ran.
I get that so bad. Since we're all doing this, I'll do one shit story also.
Yes.
So Cody, actually on the way back from visiting you and your family, you were
Yes.
probably like 10 at the time, so you probably don't remember the visit. I think it's when I gave you that Star Wars movie reel,
Oh,
like
yes.
snippet that I gave you.
Yes.
So we're on the way back down to California, and we stopped at a pizza joint, and I must have got food poisoning because like I started feeling really shitty like as we got closer to home, and it was like I was sweating so bad, like I was just feeling so sick, and then I just immediately like ran to the kitchen sink, and I could feel like Nick, what you're talking about, like with the clenching. I went to throw up in the kitchen sink, but I felt like if I didn't hold my butt together with like all of my might, I would have thrown up and diarrheaed all over the place. I threw up so much in the kitchen, and then immediately after, and then my friend is next to me like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Just leave me alone. Don't look at me. Like, don't fucking look at me in this manner." But then the bathroom was past his room. And so I was like, after I'm like, move. Like there's throw up sitting in the sink. And then I have to get past him and his girlfriend into the bathroom. So then I can basically throw up out of my ass into the toilet. And I've never been so sick in my life where like I just, from both ends.
Yeah, everything's failing.
Yeah, it was
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
it was brutal.
That's really bad.
And on that note, We'll be back after this break.
Well, Michael, thank you for going through all of that effort. You got me one of the best presents I've ever had, the Clone Wars strip, and I believe it was a Christmas gift. And you know what comes with Christmas? A bunch of other dumbass holidays.
Let me first say the reason I brought this topic up with you guys and like wanted to talk about this was because apparently in my son's school in social studies, the teacher just likes to look at whatever like the national like fake day that it is and then teach something in the school about it. So he comes home from school and he's like, I learned about like where donuts come from. And I'm like, what? Who the fuck cares? Like, why is that being taught in a school? Like, I just get so frustrated. And he came home again the other day and again he's like, we learned about where vinegar came from. And I'm like, what, is it fucking National Vinegar Day or some shit? And I go look at the fake holiday website and it's like National Vinegar Day. And I'm like, this motherfucker in his social studies class really is just looking at whatever fucking day it is. In doing more research and thinking about it, I don't know if this is necessarily a bad idea because it is a tool for a teacher to give them some sparks of ideas. I don't know. I'm really 50-50, you guys. I need your guys' help. I can't decide if this is like a dumb, lazy way of teaching or if it's actually like a creative tool to use. Regardless, all of these fake holidays are stupid. They really piss me off.
I do think I'm not a father by any means, but I did grow up in a horrible school system like the rest of us in my generation. I'm not sure how it was when you guys are going to school, but I look at it the same way that I look at a lot of quote unquote useless information like Common Core math, where it's just kind of like it's lazy. Or it does depend on the teacher. I do think that, teachers, if they're good at teaching, they're good at making those kids intrigued and interested in what they're doing for the most part. Yeah. So it really does boil down to that. But overall, like, if that is the absolute, like, that's the curriculum, like, that's what they're supposed to be teaching, we gotta stop that. You have the internet, you can look it up yourself, and most of these kids are glued onto their phones and iPads all day and all the fucking time anyway. So I don't see why, like, these kids are gonna care more about Minecraft and Roblox and Fortnite. It just doesn't make any sense to me why we would need to teach these useless holidays unless they have more historical significance to the overall like history of mankind. If it's like a history class, I mean, social studies. So
it made me think about, like I said, now I'm conflicted. Like, I don't know, because in researching it, I was like finding really good, useful days that could spark real creative ways to teach. But, like, I think teaching, like, middle schoolers about donuts is stupid, especially when, like, half the kids are overweight. So,
yeah.
And nothing wrong with that. I'm not, like, body shaming people. Like, and if you think that's what I'm doing, fuck you. Like, I don't really care. I can have my own fucking opinions, but I don't like that my kid is, like, overweight and then, like, being taught about donuts. So that pisses me off. It's not that I don't want him to learn. It's just I think that there's better things to learn about.
Yeah.
Example, okay, because today and yesterday, as far as looking at these calendars, I was like, oh, here's good examples and bad examples, like of what you could do creatively. And so a good example for November 6th is National Saxophone Day. You could be teaching about where the saxophone came from, who invented it, why it's important, who did relevant things with it, what era was it prominent. That's great. November 7th, National Cancer Awareness Day. Okay, cool. This is a day that like organizations could really use as a date to push teaching about it. But bad examples, okay, November 6th, National Report Home Health Care Fraud Day. I thought you just reported fraud like whenever you wanted. I didn't realize there needed to be a day for it.
Specific day would be like, hey, remember on the 6th, we got to report that Betsy across the way is performing health fraud.
Or November 7th, National Hug a Bear Day.
That's not safe.
I think
I think they mean
there's a
stuffed
documentary
animal,
about
but
that.
you know what? I didn't realize. Yeah, don't go hug real bears. That's a bad idea.
There's actually a documentary of a dude who like got like in his eyes became a friend of the bears, and then there's an entire recording of him screaming and his girlfriend screaming because, well, they were also tasty.
I mean, I
Wow.
shouldn't laugh at that, but like that is a level of stupidity that only some people can do. Like, I hope people are being. That's a good thing to teach. You know what? I take it back. They should teach National Hug a Bear Day is a bad idea in schools. They should say, hey, bears are not meant to interact with humans unless they're food. So you shouldn't go hug one. That's a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Do you remember the? So, Mike, do you remember Animaniacs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the good idea, bad idea.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it's a good idea to teach National Saxophone Day. It's a bad idea to teach National Donut Day.
Exactly. And so it's like, when he comes home and says some of these things he's learned, I'm just like, come on, man. Like, why are we teaching something so stupid in school? I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong. I have no idea. That's why I was like, I got to bring this up with you guys. I don't know if I should be mad or happy about this approach to teaching, but
I mean, I had the same situations where like our kids would come home and be like, "Oh, it's National Donut." Like I think the same like day that you're talking about with National Donut Day, my kids came home and were like super excited that they had a donut or something, or they talked about donuts. And it just something like that just seems like maybe it might be part of the curriculum of like engaging the students in creativity or something. But I just see it more of a cop out. Like I couldn't think of what to teach the kids today, so we talked about donuts for 8 hours.
well, yeah. Also, like, why do they think it's okay to give kids treats? Like, I would have said no
Yeah.
if they asked. I'd be like, no, I don't want my child to be given a donut.
Yeah, we're in a glutton-free house here.
It's just, and it's not like I'm against like him experience things in life. Like I want him to
No.
have donuts, but I'd rather take him to like some cool donut shop in the city, or like, I don't know, some interesting way to do it other than like, the local store's cheap ass shitty donut.
Yeah, take them to a place that you can actually have them like watch the making process of the donut, like how they fry it. And
Yeah, I mean, if your son is very passionate about food, he could become a baker or a jaded chef like myself. You never know.
Yeah. So anyways, that's a little bit of my rant, but who's to really blame on all this is Adrienne Sue Cooper Smith, who
Yes.
apparently has created over 1,900 of these holidays. She likes to refer to them as holidates.
God, that was so cringy to hear.
She does this because she wants to spread positivity and all that. She's titled herself as America's premier eventologist, which is a self-title. But what's crazy about this is that none of these are official. Like, I don't know if people think about it at this level of like, like, oh, it's National Donut Day. Like that's a real national, like legit thing. They're just publications. So like she writes like 15 different versions of a day she wants to exist and spreads it out everywhere and then to all her friends and family, and they just start circulating it. And it's just word of mouth, essentially. It is not officially on the books anywhere. There are organizations like hers tried to actually send this type of stuff to Congress. And they used to take these requests, but they basically got so many in the mid 1990s, they just basically stopped taking requests.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. That just means that anybody could make any holiday anyway. I mean, if you're a part of a fandom or something like National Brony Day, then like, then, like,
What do you do on National Brony Day?
I really don't want to know. But I would imagine that every pony is partying. And like that's what they're doing. And I don't want to party with ponies. I'd rather party with other humans, personally. Or with myself, like I usually do.
Nick, I know you're a brony. What do you do on National Brony Day?
As far as brony, you mean like the big red one because of being part of First Cat?
Oh, man. Well, there are a lot of different fandom days. I know that Super Mario Day is March 10th because it spells Mario.
Oh my god, I didn't even like think about that.
Yeah, MAR
Oh my God.
10.
Yeah, so National Brony Day is on October 10th, and it was that's according to MLP forums user Swisscar Squigelf from Metalocalypse. Apparently, he's a brony. And that post was from 2012, right before the end of the world. So, like, we know. Well,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
So we
it's
now
pretty,
know that the day before the end of the world is National Brony Day.
I mean, you could say that. I guess it was supposed to be on my birthday on December 21st, 2012. Some people say that it's the end of the world as in like a global mindset, but anyway, MLPforums.com, Swisscar Squigelf, thank you for this information about October 10th being National Brony Day.
Well, speaking of other days that involve animals, I found a really good one called Cow Milked While Flying in an Airplane Day.
What?
So
a long
apparently
word for a day.
on February 18th, 1930, it was really done more as a study for like what the effects would be on a cow if it was milked at a high altitude. But this cow Ollie from Elm Farm in Bismarck, Missouri, they put this cow on the Ford Tri-Motor plane. So also somehow like Ford was involved with like advertising their plane. But they brought this cow up into the sky in this plane. They milked it, and get this, as like a promotional gimmick, they also milked it directly into like these paper cartons, and then
What?
parachuted them down along the way, so they were randomly falling like these little cartons of milk just as a promotion. Be like, here's your nice warm fresh parachuted milk.
Fucking what?
And apparently it's still like they still do it every year. Like I found dates for when they do it, but like I couldn't find any footage of it. I was like, how has no one filmed this? This seems like the best thing ever.
Right?
Imagine your whole species already getting like systematically milked, and then and then just imagine that you're the chosen one to go up in the plane. Oh my god, it doesn't make any sense. I'm losing my mind over this right now. It's really funny, and I'm having some great visuals.
Yeah, the visuals are good, but on the actual serious side, the whole reason was for a study. Like how is the cow going to be affected when it's milked when it's at a high altitude and also going like really fast? So
Probably stress milk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's already
They're like,
cheese.
this milk tastes stressful.
This tastes like stress hormones.
Yeah.
It's not the preservatives anymore, honey. I think it's stress hormones.
You should have got that stress-free milk.
Yeah, right.
Man, if cows could talk, and if we had one on our podcast with them,
Man, how would
you
they
know.
feel about us drinking, like using it like in our coffee? Like they're like, you fucking milk me for this shit?
Yeah, it doesn't even taste that good. Especially that brand. What is it called? Starbucks, right? That's some bullshit.
Yeah, that is.
What are you
100%
talking about? They
correct.
mess up my order every time I go in.
They just mispronounce my name every time I go in.
You've got such a standard white person name. How did they say your name wrong?
Mostly it's the last name.
Why do you give them your last name?
Because
You're the madman in this situation.
No, because like when I go to Starbucks, I'll be in uniform and my last name's on my chest. And so they don't even ask.
So they don't even
just-
ask. They just put
no,
it on there.
They just put it on there, and
Does it have your first initial?
No,
Oh, that's too bad. I was like, are they saying Nottinger?
no. I'll get Oettinger, Ottinger. I would say another one, but it is incredible. Well, I'll just say they put a hard ER at the end of my last name.
Oh boy.
Well, your Starbucks is in Texas. I mean,
Fair. That's fair.
Gotcha, Texas. You just got. How does it feel?
Yeah, right.
another random thing I learned about cows while reading about this is that Well, no. This is actually just a really normal fact.
Oh, okay. I just the way you were bringing it up, man.
I know, right? I'm like, ew. So speaking of racist Starbucks, cows, like, no, but so I learned that a cow is only a cow after it's had another cow born. So I keep saying cow, and I'm like kind of pausing because I'm like, I'm saying this wrong. So the animal is actually a heifer. Once the animal has a baby, like a baby cow or a baby heifer, once it has a baby, it's considered a cow. Until it has a baby, it's a heifer.
That is
my whole life.
That's actually
this. I'm fucking
that's very
in
interesting.
my late 30s.
The more you know.
Dude, I'm in
the
my
more
late
you know.
30s. Never been a subject.
You know what? Speaking of that, like late 30s, like something that I didn't learn until it might have been late 20s, maybe early 30s. I'm not sure, but I didn't realize veal was baby cow for like ever.
See, that I knew, but that's because like my dad would cook veal a lot.
South Park taught me that veal was baby cows. Thanks, South Park. I
I
actually
think that's
learned
probably what
something
I
from that
learned
show.
from.
Maybe yeah,
Baby
but
cow.
I remember they made it like tortured baby cows just
Yeah.
to emphasize.
What holidays did you guys end up finding on this topic?
Well, I have one that's pretty great. So it takes place on both June 24th and July 2nd. Both of them are considered by UFO enthusiasts to be UFO Day, World UFO Day. So why is it 2 days? That is because of two different popular encounters, being the Kenneth Arnold UFO sighting on June 24th, 1947, and the Roswell incident just 8 days later on July 2nd, 1947.
I thought you were gonna say that it was 2 days because one day is like National Abduction Day, and then like the next one is like National Return Day.
No matter what, if you get abducted that day, you will return the next.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would
God,
really
what
like
would
to...
aliens think? What would aliens think
Oh
about
my-
these fucking stupid holidays?
Man, I don't think they give a shit. Like, they're probably not even here. Like, they might not even know about us. They could be microbes. They might not even be intelligent.
If there's
But-
if okay, I don't want to go down the deepest, darkest black hole here, but
Yeah.
I believe in aliens as far as the fact that we can't be the only intelligent life in the systems of infinite galaxy that we have.
Yeah.
Now, if there's smarter, intelligent life forms out there than us, which I'm sure there is, they could fucking care less about us.
Yeah.
Like-
all facts.
We can't even like respect one another, let alone a new race of alien. Like, you know,
Oh my
so
gosh. For real. Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with like a lot of racist bullshit in this country. You expect us to like shake hands with an alien? No, that's what
Yeah.
the Egyptians were for. They were respectful to cats, I think, and the aliens helped them build the pyramids. I heard it on the History Channel because of Agent Aliens, and I love that Aliens guy. It's the Aliens. Fucking love him. He's the best. But anyway, I would like to imagine that like the reason why that there's 2 days for World UFO Day is a tear in the UFO community, and the fact that they can't agree on anything, just like our politicians. But however, due to only an 8-day difference, some people actually celebrate this as World UFO Week rather than taking a side on which one is the most valid. So honestly, you know, fuck it. I think we should all celebrate it. I mean, it should be UAP now, just because of the declassified documents. Look it up.
So there's got to be like in Roswell or like by Area 51, or there's got to be like a festival or celebration day, right? For this.
Yeah, Naruto running. I want a Naruto run part 2.
Oh my god, that was so funny! I can't
yeah,
believe
you
how
gotta
many
have the Naruto
people
running.
like went to that event.
Well, they're shinobi of the leaf. We gotta do what we gotta do to protect the will of fire. Sorry, I'm a total weeb. Don't mind me, listeners at home, unless you like that joke. Yeah.
Well, I love that, like, the different things that the three of us are into, and even honestly, Cody, your age difference, because it does make for interesting perspectives. Like, we all
Yeah.
like probably look at this a little differently, but Naruto running in for a physical human being is already stupid. Okay, it's already dumb. To try and coordinate an event where you do it running towards like a government facility, where like they openly acknowledge that if they do it, they're gonna be shot on sight, is a bad idea.
Oh my gosh. Well, the thing is with the Naruto running, Michael, it's actually inspired by a real technique that shinobi used to use in feudal Japan, where it actually preserves stamina. It doesn't really look anything like what it is in the anime. Being anime is essentially a hyperbole of reality, but it's really cool to look up. I saw this awesome like short video on YouTube. It's really good. I don't know who the user is or anything, but that is very cool. So it was an actual technique, but not at a government facility.
Well, and I just can't see human beings pulling off what they do in the anime. So every time I see people like Naruto running,
Yeah.
they don't look like the anime. Like anime is like drawn to look aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Like it's meant to look cool, right? I've never seen someone look cool doing.
Oh yeah, no, I never looked cool doing it. If any of the listeners are my friends, they will know they have seen me do it. Whether it's satirical or serious, getting fucking serious, going into Area 51, stealing the documents, getting the information on these UFOs. Also, we just missed National Naruto Day, Naruto Day. It is October 3rd.
Of course we did.
So it was last month. We missed it. Not by a hair, but we definitely missed it, unfortunately. I wish every day was National Naruto Day so that we could all Naruto run together in harmony.
Fuck you, Cody. Just fuck you. Nick, did you have any holidays?
Yeah, so I found a few. This one, the first one I'm going to go over is something that we should all take the time to do. I usually just do this as soon as it happens, but I guess there's a specific day for it. So on May 9th is National Lost Sock Memorial Day. It is the day set aside that is say goodbye to all your single socks.
Oh my god, I can't even breathe on that one. Like, just imagine like you and your family like gathering around a dresser together and like does anyone want to say some words? They're like, yeah, just having a
Taps are
memorial
playing in
for
the
your
background.
singled out sock. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yep. It's the day you got to set aside. Make sure that now that you know it's May 9th, to anytime you lose a sock, just take that single sock and set it aside so that way you know on May 9th is the day you get rid of
Remember
it.
to take off your hats, hands over your hearts.
I want to like take my single sock and like put it in a little box and float it in a lake and then like take a flaming arrow to it, you know, just like it's on a big old pile of hay just for like a single sock.
What's gonna suck is like you're gonna like move from wherever it is that you lost the sock and you're gonna find that sock like behind your fucking
But then I get to
washer
shoot
or-
another arrow. There's nothing wrong with that.
Fucking crying, dude. That's so fucking funny.
We also have August 3rd. It's National Grab Some Nut Day. Now,
Wait, grab some
No.
nut?
grab some nuts. Sorry.
Oh, grab some nuts.
do
Grab
that
some
every
nut
day.
made it sound like it was just like, yeah, like grab yourself.
Grab your homie's nuts. Just go up. Hey.
Okay.
And no, it's immediately not what you're thinking of. So what this person, whoever made this one up, I don't know if it was your titular fucking Adrian Cooper Smith that brought this one up. I don't know. But anywho, so every nut has his day. But yes, every nut has his day. There's, National Almond Day, National Pistachio Day. July 29th is Pecan Day. Or pecan,
Okay.
whatever side of the world you say it on. But August 3rd is the National To Love All Nuts. That we embrace all the nuts day.
You know what? I love all nuts too. Unless you're allergic to them. Imagine if you're just like allergic to nuts and it's just like, it's National Almond Day. Isn't that fucking awesome? It's like, I can't eat those. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Or they could, like have that, that certain specific type of sadness, and they're just like, you know what? I'm gonna embrace National Nut Day.
Oh my gosh.
I think that I think they only get that on National Spice Day.
Yeah.
Oh, spicy sadness. It's my favorite thing ever. I love it.
I wonder if we can fit spicy sadness into every
I
episode.
fucking hope so.
Well, we found a way to put it in the second one.
Yeah, so I mean, in conclusion, I just find the whole concept of these national holidays pretty stupid. I guess it's a way for people to talk to each other and generate some conversation outside of just what the weather is. I don't know.
Yeah, so your aversion to the sheer amount of national holidays there is a holiday for that as well.
Oh God, of course there is.
There's National Absurdity Day. It is on November 20th, so be sure to get ready to celebrate
Hey,
that here soon.
that's coming up.
Fuck yeah.
And it is a day created to hate and find it absolutely absurd, all these things.
I feel that way every day.
It was specifically made for these holidays?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, okay, perfect.
Man, we're right on. Like, whoever made that holiday, thank you for your service. You did a good job. You did a good one for the world.
Yeah.
Imagine like the people, like the people who are like using crystals to like heal their cancer are like, now not only do I have to worry about my girlfriend's fucking zodiac sign, but now I also have to worry about National Nut Day. Fuck. It's like rubbing the crystals together super fucking fast.
I wonder if crystal stores are capitalizing on November 7th of National Cancer
Oh my
Awareness Day.
gosh.
Oh my god.
Are you a boomer with a tumor?
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
Got him.
All I know is when it's February 18th, you guys, if we can arrange it, I would like to fly a cow in an airplane.
Yes.
Yeah, and milk it. Don't forget we
Milky?
gotta milk it.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was going to happen anyway. At minimum, we'll just go milk a cow together.
Is there
Yeah.
a National Mommy Milkers Day? We need those.
Guys, she's a mom.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen that movie.
Not Stacy's mom, though. She's mine.
I have heard that she's got it going on.
That is sure. Mm-hmm. She's going to be president
I
someday.
mean, she's all that I need.
And I've waited for so long.
You know what? That just reminded me of this is a weird side topic, but so Bowling for Soup covered that song, and I thought it was pretty good. But did you guys know? So you guys know that song 1985 for Bowling for Soup, right?
Of course.
Okay. I mean, I figured Cody would know it too. I'm not sure. Okay. That's actually like a redone version. They're not the band that originally did that song. It was SR71.
What? My whole life is a lie.
I think I know that.
There's an original version by SR71, and Bowling for Soup changed some of it up, but and I think that they changed it for the better, but they didn't really like invent that song.
Huh.
Shills. Frauds. I'm kidding. Keep
I love them. I love Bowling for Soup. They are just like the poppiest of pop punk and so catchy and just really good, like in the background kind of sing along songs while you're doing something.
Oh yeah, every day in the kitchen.
They would definitely be in my top listening to.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we should probably wrap it up today, guys. Everyone who's listening, thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to like and subscribe in whatever that means, because this isn't YouTube, but follow our podcast on whatever you're listening to it on.
And remember to rate it super high. You got it. You just do it for me. Do it for your lovely man here. And also remember to share it with your friends.
Yes, as always, guys, thank you all for joining us. And I can't remember what I was gonna say else, so fuck off.
We'll just end it like that. I actually love that. I'm going to leave it like that and just fuck off.